As another example, we can have one cell here in the middle, which is a controller, and we can have two target cells, one on each side. And we will feed the C input of each of these with a 1. So the controller is in D mode and these two cells are in C mode. And we can take the D output from this cell and send it into the D input of this cell. And we can take the D output from the cell on the west and send that to the D input of the cell on the east. And so now we have target 1, we have target 2, and we have a controller. And as the clock runs, the truth table from target 1 is copied into target 2, and simultaneously the truth table from target 2 is copied into target 1. This circuit will swap the behavior of these two cells as the clock runs. After 128 clock ticks, whatever behavior these two cells had is now reversed. So this is a strange kind of operation, but it could be potentially useful if you wanted to reposition where certain circuits are sitting physically inside the matrix. You can pick up their truth tables and swap them like this. As another example, we can look at the possibility of parallel cell replication. So suppose we have some source cell over here, and we wish to make multiple copies of this source cell into a set of target locations. So here's our controller. And as usual, we put a 1 into the C input of the source cell. We take the D input and we'll do a non-destructive read. So we'll recirculate it back into the source cell. So we're non-destructively reading. And we're also going to send a copy of this into a series of cells to the west. So I'm going to show 4 cells over here. And in each of these, I'm going to take data from the east, copy it over to the west. So now all 4 cells are receiving a copy of the source cell's truth table. Simultaneously, each of these 4 cells will assert a 1 into the C input of the cell to the south. Thereby placing all 4 of these cells into configuration mode, C mode. And at the same time, this bit stream, which was read from the source cell, is sent into the D input on the same side of these 4 cells. As this circuit runs, again after only 128 clock ticks, the truth table from the source cell is read, sent back into the source cell, but it's also copied into these 4 cells, and it's used by these 4 cells to configure the truth tables in the 4 cells to the south. After 128 clock ticks, each of these will be an exact copy of the source cell, and the source cell's truth table will not have been disturbed. So we'll see more of this when we talk about parallel replication in general and when we talk about Medusa circuits, but this is the basic idea that we'll use to be able to configure multiple cells simultaneously. We can perform this over as many cells as we want, and as we move into higher dimensions, we can start configuring entire planes or entire 3D volumes of cells at the same time, and that's going to be a key to doing very efficient configuration of very large matrices.